very first thing what you need to do is you need to have a very good quality of watercolor plate. Here it is. you can see my color palette is a little dirty, but I tried my level best to clean it. So all I want you to have one color palette. The reason why I'm telling you to have one color palette because I've seen many students who comes from my workshop and classes. So they comes with a very tiny watercolor plate. It's just like a very small the color holder. So that's not going to work, right? You need to have a slightly bigger. That's the reason I'm just having this color palette, so it will having a bigger space to mix your color, right? So another thing what you need to do here is what you need to have is a clean water container. So you can see here still little dirty for me, but I would urge you to please have at least a ½ liter of container. So this is the plastic container which I bought it from the market. So it has around a ½ liter of water, very clean water. So have that. Okay, this is the mandatory thing which I'm calling out before understanding the entire concept of mixing watercolor. These are the essential: the color palette, the water, having a proper water. Because the reason why I'm telling you, because I have seen in a practical, I've seen in a real time, the people what they do is they come up with a very small ball of water and doing a watercolor. That's not going to work, because if your volume of your water is not sufficient, then just imagine that when you are pouring the when you're working with a watercolor, when you are cleaning your brush, in a one go itself your water will be spoiled, right? So don't do that. Have at least sufficient amount of water. And that's the kind of the best practices what you need to follow, right? Another thing what you need to do is you need to get a cotton cloth. So this is the cotton. Oops, it's so dirty. Yeah, so it got dirty, but I clean it, and I promise I'm going to clean it this weekend. Because I make a lot of art, and when I mop my brush like this, the whole color get absorbed, and later when it's get dry, it looks like this. Oh my god, it's so dirty. but trust me, this is no harm, right? It's no harm. It's not like it's a fungus or anything. It's a beautiful thing. And it has a very nice smell. So yeah, so what I wanted to tell you is that you need to have one cotton, the cloth, the set of cloth, probably ½ meter of cloth. I also see a lot of people, they use the foam absorber. I don't know, I've never used it, but you can get it online easily. But I would rather prefer to have a very it's easy to get kind of thing. So the cotton cloth is always easier. Okay, so now here we go to understand more about the mixing part, right? So what we need to do here is when we mix the color, and or rather I'll just take an example when any beginners, hold on, I'll just use a paper. Okay, so when the beginners, I see a lot of students, what they do is how they mix their color is, just take an example, they take a color like this directly from here, from the plate, and just suppose you have something here. I'm just giving an example. Let's say it's a orange. Okay, now let me pull that orange color. So what they do is they just take a color from here directly, and they just do like this, like this. Now where the problem is, what they do is when they try to mix the color, they mix the color right here. Now say for example, if they want to make a, they want to mix here, so they take a color from here and they put it color like this, like this. The problem here is when you are coloring your drawing, when you're filling the color to your drawing, it's always recommended to mix the color on your plate, not here. Just example, here in this example, you have, just give you another example. So you have this orange, okay? So what is the best practice is, you just, you have taken this, and the very first thing what you need to do here is, you have taken this color. First you need to change the temper of the color, okay? So it's really not recommendable to use the color directly. You need to change the some bit of its characteristic. So either you can use it a little ultramarine, a little this thing, probably, right? Or maybe burnt sienna, little. So you mix the color right here on your plate, okay? Take the water, mix it here. I'll take some more burnt sienna, and then I'll just use it here, okay? I'll just wash it, and then when you're washing it, you just wipe your extra water, okay? And then, but make sure that there should be some water on your brush, and then you just go another coloring thing. Now I've just used this orange. Now I'll take on a good volume here, this yellow ochre, and I'm just using it here. Now again, see, I have just washed it, all the color here. Now I might use burnt sienna. Again I'm mixing this, and just use it here, right? Now see, the burnt sienna, I've just taken it a little orange, and then here. Just observe how I am cleaning my brush. Okay. And now I'm just using this ultramarine blue and the burnt sienna here to giving a little depth. Right? And maybe you can give a texture or whatever, if you want to make a layered thing and all, so that you can just you can do it and as a layer wise. If you have not seen that video, please check my how the layer works. It's a really beautiful concept for you to learn. So this is what I wanted to communicate. This is how basically you need to approach, right? To make it a little more interesting, I might add, see, my primary color orange is always mixing with, so whatever the color I'm using, I make sure that I'll be using orange into it. right? And then maybe shadow of this, right? Whatever. So this is what I wanted to explain you. Now you see, even after using a half liter of water, see, after working this, what is the condition of the water? It's a purely gone, right? It's a completely orange juice. So you don't want to do that, right? You need to clean this. You need to have a good amount of water. So now, even if you see here, so I can still work on it because it's not so dirty still, right? You can see here, it's not dirty. So that's the reason we need to have a volume of water. Okay, so now I wanted to talk about the importance of the volume of the water, because you should be also aware how much water you should take, right, on your brush before you're going to take a watercolor and then start painting on your art, right? So I'll just give you an example. So when you are actually working on any sort of drawing, let's draw something then. I'm drawing what to draw. Okay, one tree. Okay, so we have one tree here. Okay, so now what we need to do is, what we need to understand is how much water. I'll just so in this way, so you will get more clear picture. So hold on. So now you see, I want to paint this tree. Now how I wanted to paint it, I wanted to make this as a lighter yellowish, and then it goes green and the darker one. So that's the kind of the mental visualization I have for this tree. How you're going to do is, you need to take water, the volume of water will be a slightly higher side. So you see the amount of water I've taken, and then I'm color the amount of color. So I've taken this, and now I want to take this green. I will just go and take a little and very little green, and I have a lots of yellow ochre and a very little green. Now you see what we have, right? So we have this lighter green, right? Now I'm just going to use this here. Now after that, what I want is, I want a little green here. So again, I have taken a water, see the water, and in the same place I'll be using this green, a little higher side this time, little higher this time, and I'll take a very small amount of yellow ochre, right? And centrally I'll just go here, I'll pour it a little up, okay, and then see, I just washed away all my color. Now I want to go a little more dark. So what I do is, I just taken this color green, which is a much higher volume, okay, and I'll just take a small bit of this ultramarine blue and I mix it here on my plate. And then just go here and right. Now if you want to give a little more depth here, now you just go take a little deep. Now this time I don't have much water. It's mostly like I've not taken any water at all. Did you see that? And I've just used it in the green, but this time the blue color is dominating over green, and I've just taken this, right, like this. Now if you want to change the brush, you can just go ahead and change your brush, but I've just mopped my extra water. I've taken this color and I might use some other color like burnt sienna to make a little depth, and I've just use it here. Now I'm using almost dry brush. I have not taken a water at all. And that's all. So now see like this. Now if you want to give some texture, you can just throw it away some water, maybe like this, maybe like this, whatever you feel is good. And this is how we do our color mixing. You got that? I want to give you a little more understanding, mixing the different color, right? So take an example of this ultramarine blue. Okay, it's there, right? Now I've taken this. Suppose you wanted to make some art and you wanted to mix your color, right? And you have just taken this color. Now you wanted to mix with some other color. So what you need to do is, as a professional, when you become a mature, you really don't care to wash your brush and all. You just go and directly take in any color. But at this moment, when you're trying to learn the art, then you need to just mop it. But make sure when you are mixing here, just take whatever the color it is there. You just take it and then you mop it. And then you just go whatever the color you want, right? So at this moment, I'll just take this color, and I've seen this color, which is very beautiful, deep green. Now you see this, when you are mixing the color, what is the kind of a temperament it comes, right? Can you see this? It's a very beautiful color. Now if you want to the further disintegrate its it's a color, it's a vitality, then you just go and take a lot more color and then you just mix it here and just see what exactly it is coming, like this. See what is coming here, right? So this is how basically we mix the color, right? So if I could give you an example here, so let's see, this is the one, and then when you're going here, you just take a little color here like this and just see how actually it's getting mixed here, right? It's like this. So this is how we mix the color. Never mix color on the paper like this. You've done like this, and you have taken something color directly from here, and then you are mixing like this, like this. A lot of people are actually, you know, killing that because of that only. I mean, so they are just making like this, rubbing on the paper like this. Remember that the watercolor paper is not supposed to rub it like this, like this. Watercolor is all about just one go like this. It's a one go, and then whatever it comes, you should be happy with that. Never work and never mix your color like this, like this. Take it color from here and then do like this, like this. It will kill all the experience, right? I would request you to check my online watercolor course available on Skillshare and Udemy, and these courses are basically gives you a tremendous potential to grow with a watercolor. So I'm just hoping that you'll be taking this course, you will be using this course for make your passion it's more in a different level, and that's what the whole idea is. If you really love art, if you really want to grow with art, then please come and join this course, right? So the course link I've given in a video description, and you can just check a number of courses available, and these courses are really made for you. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you'll be enjoying this. You have learned this. You have learned something from here, and yeah, stay safe, enjoy your time, and